Now all you people, I want you to set those headphones down. Get up. I said get up off your chairs and sing it with me one time. One time. It don't cost nothing, but you feel real good. But here we go. It's the Humpday Happy Hour Hangout. Yes, it's the Humpday Happy Hour Hangout. Oh yes, let's all get used at the director's garage.
Yes, please, make mine a double. It's a hump day. Happy hour hangout. Hey, welcome to Wednesday, everybody. It's a hump day happy hour hangout here at the Director's Garage, live and in person. CMF Atrium. Got the overhead camera working today. Hang on, we're going to look at, so I can show you this ZMF Atrium up close. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this headphone is. God, that's gorgeous. Still, after all this time, it's still one of the, I think it's the most beautiful headphone you can buy. I think this is just next level. All right. And I'm going to reveal, oh, look at this. Here's what we're going to unbox today. This is an IEM from KZ headphones. It's called the KZ Saga. And they were kind enough to send this my way. It'll wind up in the giveaway, in the next giveaway, whenever that happens. Because, you know, guys, kind of need a job still. Still hurting for a job, but we're working on that. I'm probably not gonna be around next week because I'm planning on doing some travel to try and manufacture a job. Let's try and produce a job for the director so we can get back to buying shit that we don't need. Like the Eversolo A-6, which that episode came out yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There were so many hours of me recording screenshots, screencasts, footage of me pushing buttons. I'm like, that was an insane amount of production for us for a 20-minute video on YouTube. Cheers, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the big show. So we're going to unbox this guy here, this IEM, and check them out. We're going to do a live little audition of these things. Hear how they sound. They're not that expensive. These are like $25 or so, somewhere in there. So we'll check them out. We'll see what KZ has in store for us, if it's worth our time or not. We also have two viewer systems to check out today, and they're nice systems, guys. We've got some good stuff coming our way, so excited to get this going. I think we're gonna just vamp for a few minutes while we get a few more heads in the door, but then we're gonna check out these headphones first. That's gonna be one of the first things we do. KZ has been supplying me, Cheeky Fest, I see your comment. KZ has been supplying me with a steady stream of these IEMs, these budget IEMs that happen to sound pretty good. So I'm excited anytime they send me something to open, and let's check it out. Any questions for the A6, the production of that video, the content of that video, the why is it gone? Because it is gone, fellas. It's vacant. My inventory of headphone gear shrunk. Like, oh, so brutal, man. So brutal. I miss having that thing. That thing has been here for like probably about 2 months because of, you know, I did the unboxing and then we had the fires and all the stuff, and I finally got around to doing the full review of that thing, and I miss it. I think that, you know, I miss that little guy. That was such a beautiful and handy device to have. It does so much for so little, comparatively anyway. I mean, I know $750 is nothing to sneeze at. $850 for the new version. But when you start looking at the scale of what you pay for what you get, boy, that's a big, that you get so much for that money. It's so crammed with features. I'm thrilled, I was thrilled by it. I thought it was fantastic. And I'm sorry to see it go. If I had the extra money, believe me, it would be living permanently in the director's garage inventory. So that's what's going on today. We're going to get into this unboxing in just a few minutes, and then we're going to check out viewer systems today, and that should give us a good dose of content to bite into today on a Wednesday. How's your week going? What's happening out there, folks? What are you excited about? Did you buy anything this week? All these things should go in the comments. Musically, I was listening to American Idiot from Green Day this week. Spent some time. I wanted to go back and revisit that album. Such a monumental achievement for that band. And I think it's the best album of the 2000s. I think from that decade, that was the best record for me. I don't think there are some good albums that compete with it, some of the Amy Winehouse stuff, but that album was front to back loaded with phenomenal hooks, had a great story, told a great story. It was just a visionary concept album from front to back, and Billy Joe's vocals were just so raw and gorgeous, and the way they pieced together the two epic 9-minute songs on that album, Jesus Suburbia, and I forgot the other one. I forgot the second one, but the two intro and outro songs were just magnum opuses, just brilliant the way they weaved together all those different songs and met them together, kind of like the Who did with A Quick One back in like I think it was 1967. That it was more like that, but boy, the overall scope of that record and the gorgeous songs that they came up with, really visionary stuff, just amazing. So I checked that one out this week, listened to that on the Caldera, pulled the Caldera out for that one. It's just a great, so much great bass response and speed and all the things. It's just phenomenal recording. What a great album that was. American Idiot by Green Day. So load up the comments with stuff, and I'm going to get into this unboxing. I don't have all of our people here yet, but I know we're early. I'm on a half an hour early today. I wanted to save some time. Director needs to do some laps around the neighborhood. We really need to. I really need to get some workout in this today. So I'm going to leave some extra time at the end here before dark to spin around this neighborhood a few times. Kind of needed, folks. Kind of needed. All right. Well, let's get into this thing. So this is the KZ Audio Saga. And I got my very special knife here. This knife came from my brother-in-law, who, when he retired from the military, he gave this to me. And I've kept it and used it on all my shows. So, knives and watches and things, they all have personal meanings. And this one has a special meaning to me. So let's take a look at this thing. I should do this for posterity. Are you ready? Yeah, Wah! And oh, there they are. Now these are ceramic. I did a little bit of reading on these. They're dynamic driver and ceramic. Let's see if I can hold these up and get a good close-up. Oh, there we go. Okay. These things are ceramic, and they're heavy. Boy, they're weighty for their weight, and they're vented too. Check out the vents. See these vents right here? There's like 3 vents. Very cool. Very cool IEM. For $25, Jesus, these are not cheap. This isn't like plastic. Remember the blondes and those IEMs from years ago, and like how they were like, they sounded decent for their price, but they were so. Like the construction was just awful on those things. These things are well made. These are a piece of manufacturing. I wonder how they pull this off. I mean, granted, it's not crazy drivers. These are dynamic driver IEMs. So you're not getting like, you know, into E-stat tweeters or anything like that, because it's pretty basic. Here's the cable. This cable has it's got a little start-stop button on it and whatever. So this must be more of this makes me think that it's more of a sports edition kind of thing, because they usually put those start-stop buttons on the sports thing. Is there a microphone in this? Is there a little hole for talking into, or no? Yeah, there is. So probably Siri or whatever capable. Let's see if I can get this. I'm so bad at the reverse camera thing. Here we go. All right, let's see if I can get there we go. So you see there's a little, there is a little hole there, so there's probably microphone access to it. And then you got a button on this side, single button. Very cool, very cool. Again, 25 bucks, guys, 25 bucks. So we'll see how they sound. I've got the AK-240. Is it on the runway? No, it's not even turned on. So let's get that fired up. Let's get the knife out of the way before I cut my head off. Jesus, guys. Jugular. Going for the jugular. Oh, there's some paperwork in this. Check this out. It's all in... Anybody read Mandarin? Anybody read Mandarin? This is... It's okay. Oh, there is some manufacturer... Yeah, not much in the product card. Okay, whatever. Anything on the box? It says 3.5 millimeter plug type, 20 to 40,000 hertz. Goodness me. Impedance 23 ohms, very efficient. You'd expect that on something this price. Sensitivity 108 decibels. Okay. All right. Well, KZ is really, I'm impressed so far. I haven't heard these things yet, and they, you know, who knows what they sound like. But let's wire these up. Where's the? I kind of find. Oh boy, when they do this, it's like, where's the L? Where's the little L? Where's the little R? Can he find it? Oh boy, there's just no way to. Is that the L? Sorry, guys. gotta figure this one out. Usually there's like a stamp. Oh, here we go. It's barely visible. This is the R. No way you're gonna see this on camera. But there's an R kind of embedded in there. So okay, so let's pick out the right ear IEM and get these hooked up. And take a listen to these things. Why not? Why not? What else we got to do on a Wednesday, boys? Let's check it out. We've got some new gear. Love that. Love that. I don't care if it's expensive. I don't care if it's cheap. It's just fun. It's fun to listen to this stuff. Okay. All right. So what do we got here? What do we got up on the old Dackaroonie? Let's look at albums. I'm gonna guess. Look, I'm gonna guess that this is like really a responsive, crazy. Wow, this thing's slow. The AK-240 showing its age. I want to find something that really jams. Can find some AC/DC. Yeah, let's do AC/DC. This would be great. It's gonna be a great listen. All right, put these suckers in. Oh, we're a little challenged on the ear things. Okay, so I know I've got a bag of them somewhere around here. Where's my container? Oh, here they are. Here they are. We've got a big. I just have these things hanging out, so we can get some decent ear tips on them that'll fit my king size noggin. Yeah. Okay. So. We're gonna do I'm gonna do the foam Daconis. Bullets, they call them, the bullets with a Z, and we'll check these things out. Very nice screen on this thing too. I don't know if you can see that. You can probably see that. Very cool. It's very cool. Fun stuff, man. All right. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. We got things to do today. We got viewer systems to listen to. All right, let's see. I'll put these in. I wish I could play this for you so you could hear it, but you can't. Not a bad cable for 25 bucks. I mean, I've seen worse. Apple sent me worse stuff than this. Okay. Let's play it. Let's turn the volume down so I don't blow my ears out, because I don't know how... I don't need balanced out. Bells. Let's see where it goes. Maybe. There we go. Oh, it's back in black. You know? This isn't bad. I'll tell you what, though. They're really susceptible to how you move your mouth. Like, a lot of IEMs, they don't change much with your, when you move around. These are really, they got to be seated and sealed well. Tons of bass. This is great. Very V-shaped, very V-shaped. V. Kind of brighter on the top end. It's a traditional V. But I've heard worse than this for $150. Yeah, it sounds great. Sounds great. I don't think this is going to work with my No. Button doesn't work with the AK. Really nice when you open your mouth. Bass cuts really deep. Very nice. 25 bucks. This is the best KZ I've heard, I think. This is better than the other three we did earlier last year, late last year. Super enjoyable. Definitely rock. It's a rock headphone. That V, pop, hip hop, that kind of thing. You're not going to be putting on Miles Davis and going, "Oh yes, I want a high-end experience." But boy, they change dramatically with how you position your head, how your mouth is open, how they're sitting in your ears. Boy, when they're seated deep, the bass goes really nice and low. I tell you, 25 bucks, this is a deal. I mean, it's a pair that, if you lose them, who cares? I'm going to pause this real quick. It's a pair that if you lose them, who the heck cares? It's 25 bucks. You're not, it's not like you're walking around with $1,000 IEM. So whatever happens, as long as they sound good, that's great. And, I don't think these compete with like the Timeless or something like that, which is $250. But there's good resolution. It's not bad. It's not all bunched together. It's not like there's nothing here that I heard that I went, ew. I mean, it was just a winning sound, a nice V tuning, and I love dynamic drivers. They give you all that bass. That's all that bass. God, KZ, really nice IEM called the Saga. The link to these are in the description. If you're looking for a cheap pair of headphones, this isn't bad. 25 bucks, guys. 25 bucks. Really nice. Kudos to KZ Audio. Got to thank them. It's a Tri-Fi product, but these IEMs get better and better all the time. I mean, they just keep finding new ways to do things. The headphone world, the over-ear world, is just so saturated with great products. It's hard to, anytime you try to go faster and faster, it's like it requires a new investment. I mean, I'm sure that these are off-the-shelf drivers that they put into a nice shell and found a nice way to tune them with these vents on the outside. I'm sure that has something to do with the way they sound. Obviously, you know, the biggest knock on these is anytime you move your head, you change the sound a little bit. Anytime I open my mouth or you know, tightened, swallowed, whatever, you hear a definite change in the sound to these things. But really, not, I mean, again, $25. I'm like, this is, you know, this is less than the cost of an ear pad. You know what I mean? So, you know, in that, if you weigh it in that, with that in mind, it's a deal. So I'll be giving these away, and whenever I do get back to doing giveaways, I have 3 other pair of KZ audio headphones I'd throw into that giveaway and just invite you guys to check them out. Very cool, very cool. Man, that was enjoyable. Yeah, for what they are. Again, you know, you got to scale your expectations. You're not going to get a supreme audiophile experience at $25, but at the same time, when I think of a $25 IEM from maybe 10 years ago, you know, you think of like the stuff you'd find in the mall or at the checkout line at what's the like Marshalls. You know how Marshalls, you know, they have the long line. You get in that long queue to check out at Marshalls, and they've got like stuff on pegboards, like anything to like get your attention and think, oh yeah, I'll try that, you know. And they've got the, you know, sometimes they have like Hello Kitty IEMs and stuff and all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, this, and then you get, when you listen to them, it's like, it's just crunchy and there's no openness at all and whatever. I think it's pretty cool. I think this is a pretty cool. You wouldn't buy these and go, oh, I got screwed. You know what I mean? It's $25. Very cool, man. I've got to thank KZ for sending those our way, and always like checking out new gear on this channel. I don't care if it's new. I don't care if it's cheap. I don't care if it's expensive. I don't care if it's 20 years old. Doesn't matter to me. Fun to do. Fun to do. All right, KZ Saga. Link in the description below if you're interested in those. Checking them out. Pretty good. Okay. Let's get to some chat, and then we'll jump into, we have 2 viewer systems today. Captain Dave, who's a Patreon member, sent over his rig, and then, viewer Jeffrey, sent over his, IEM and headphone rig. And some really nice gear here. Really nice gear. We're going to show that off in a second. But let's get to the chat real quick and find out what's on your minds today. Unboxing what? Well, you just saw it. The KZ Saga. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Make your mind up. Audeze t-shirts, ZMF headphones. I know. I'm all over the place. You know, I'm all about love, man. You got to throw love to everybody. Very fun. Hi, Michael and company. Nice to make it in. Nephilim, my brother from another mother, checking in on the day. Hope everyone's well. Mike, you thank you again for the Eversolo video. Yeah, that was, boy, there was a lot of production in that. Because what happened was I got all the way done, and you know, typically when I'm doing a review, I'm not an EQ guy, but the EQ is so prominent in that device, and it's such a part of the essential character of what that box can do. I actually went back and thought, no, I've got to do a section on EQ. So there's a middle section. I go off camera for a long period of time, a few minutes, as I'm running through all the EQ features. And that was done after I shot the video. I did a drop-in of that segment, and I went back and I shot all of those different EQ panels and showed me manipulating and trying to manipulate, because the touchscreen on the device isn't so great for moving those EQ sliders on the Eversolo. But the iPhone, which mirrors, that was another thing I found later in the game, was that your iPhone would mirror the front screen, and you could operate it as if you were touching the front screen. And I was like, boy, more companies should do this. This is a great idea. You're basically, you know, it's like you're putting this front panel in the palm of your hands, and the touchscreen on the iPhone is far more responsive than the touchscreen on the device. So I'm like, you can just sit here and the thing looks like it's like a ghost is controlling it, because the screens are all moving around and the sliders all mirror what you're doing on the phone on the thing as you're looking at it. And it's just like, it's like some weird video gamey kind of thing, but it was really fun. And then I discovered that you could send, at first I didn't think you could send independent EQs to each ear. And then I'm messing it with it more, and I'm like, oh, there's a switch here. And then there's an overall switch. And I didn't even know you could distribute over the digital signal, the EQ, until later in the game, because there's a separate enable button. And I'm like, oh, so you throw that enable and that turns all of the EQ on, and then you individually enable the EQs for each channel. So there's a lot of little toggles, you can really tweak it around. And I was really impressed by the depth of that. And I actually was missing it yesterday when I was listening to music last night, because I had I have a little free time this week now that I got the video out, and I'm planning this this trip that I'm going to go to Tennessee this week. I had some free time, and I was listening to music last night and got a nice full night of listening on the next video that we're going to make for the show. I'm not going to tip that off just yet. Neil knows what it is, but I'm going to keep that under my hat for a little bit longer. And I was listening to that, and I'm like, gosh, I wish I had that EQ'd and I'd love to play with it a little bit. And I missed it. It's gone. You know, it's not here anymore. So very cool, though. Like, you know, I suppose I could software EQ within Roon, but that's a nasty beast. I'm not a big fan of the EQ section of Roon. And this device was such a joy to use. I really want to get one back at some point, but I got to get back in the money, guys. Make sure you subscribe and like, and what else I got to do? Join the Patreon if you want. Let's keep Michael in business. Dear Lord. Getting rich on YouTube, kids. I'm just like an influencer. My wife, years ago, my wife said, I was talking about, you know, I was like, I had hit 5,000 viewers, you know, subscribers, and I'm like, baby, I'm like an influencer, but I'm like a tiny little micro influencer. She goes, no, babe, I looked it up. Under 10,000 subscribers, you're a nano influencer. Like, talk about shrinkage. The nano influencer. I love it. That'd be my next title after Resident Idiot and Nano Influencer. Michael. Okay. Cheeky Fest, his next event, Cheeky Fest 2, is a week from tomorrow. Break up from work for a few weeks on Friday. Oh, okay. Cheeky Fest, what is that? What are you referring to? Do you do like a little gathering, a little get together? What happens there? That's awesome. Is it headphone related, or is it something else? Is it really cheeky? Is it too hot for YouTube? Have you heard about the Jeffrey says, Viewer Jeffrey, who's in the house? I'm going to show your system in a few minutes. Have you heard about the BGVP Phantom Snake year limited edition? Maybe. Let me look that up real quick. Here's if you're wondering, by the way, wait a second, let's just threading back and we can put a button on this. I gotta find my switcher. This is the MacBook Pro. Here we go. This is the KZ Saga. That's the close-up of it, so you can kind of see what it looks like. It's like, oh yeah, you can do it. So it's got these vents here. That's what I was trying to show you on the air. And then cheapish cables, you know, whatever. You don't expect the world out of these things, but $25. Oh, look at the sound curve. Yeah, very V. It's extreme Vs. There are Vs all around, boys. Very V. That's what I heard. That's what they're showing you. Sound enhancement technology. Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's $25, guys, for an IEM. Okay. So what are we looking up? We're looking up BG VGVP Phantom Snake. Year limited edition. Let's see it. What is this? It's an IM from AliExpress. Okay, well there you go. I'm supposed to have an AliExpress thing, but I don't know what I don't know what that is. Oh, these look kind of cool. An IEM, $1,000. Hell, the cable on the KZ doesn't look much different. But nice. Oh, it's a beautiful IEM though. One of the cool things that we talked about when we were talking, I was talking to Kai Moulton at our Hangout for March. He talked about how these Chinese products are just wow him. Like he's really impressed by some of these. You know, some of them are not so good, but he gives credit to them and say, you know, these guys are really driving us to do better and better and better and justify our prices for our stuff. And he actually tipped a hat to them. And I think that's the sign of a really smart and astute business person who can, you know, dissect those price models and talk about that kind of thing. Because you would think that, oh, you just want to, your inclination would be, well, a competitor is just going to trash them and say, oh, you know, they're not as good as us. And he's like, no, some of these are really good products. Like there's some great competition out there and it keeps us on our toes. And I think that's really cool that a manufacturer will talk about it like that. Anyway, moving on in the chat, and then we'll get to the couple we have 2 viewer systems today. I'm so excited to show those to you. It's one of my favorite things to do on the show, on the live stream. That, and I love going through the classifieds for Headfi. I just love doing that. It's so fun. Ni hao, approximately hello. Ni hao ma, how are you? CC, thank you. Oh, well, CC, appreciate it. Don't reverse the polarity. It's a $25 IM. Are you going to be able to tell? Maybe, probably. Nice to see your live show. By the way, he's in the Netherlands. Very good. I have a package coming from Norway, and it's disappeared. So I'm wondering if it's going to get here now. Something I bought on eBay for work-related stuff. And I'm beginning to think I may have to go to PayPal and go, product didn't arrive. I ordered it a month ago. I'm giving it some leeway because it is coming from overseas, but I'm beginning to, and the seller won't contact me. So I'm like, did I just get screwed? I may have gotten screwed, guys. Ugh. And I try to be careful. He had really good photographs, like stuff that looked like real stuff. So I thought, no, this is somebody who actually does this for a living. It's clear. Anyway. Neil says, sorry, late to the chat, ran out of Depends and had to make a CVS run. Well, it happens, you know. I just, you know, fix the leaks. No, don't spring any leaks. Nephilim, this won't be a surprise to anyone, but expensive headphones have expensive accessories. Nephilim. He paid $270 for the final H-type pads. It is what it is. An ear pad can cost more than an IEM. Yeah, well, go to Abyss and look at their accessories cost. It's in that realm. It's in that realm. I'm going to pause here and go because you mentioned the final, and that's going to be one of the subjects of our first viewer system today. And we're going to go to viewer Jeffrey and check out Jeffrey's system. I got to call these images up. Give me a couple seconds, boys, while I'm vamping. So we can check these out. Holly's in the house, by the way. He's asleep over on my amp. That's the amp is covered with a blanket because I can't use it because my speakers are shot. Many things to do when I get this. It looks like we're moving, so it's like I'm just not going to do anything until we move. Okay, let's go back and let's check out. This is viewer Jeffrey's system, and really nice Burson inspired stuff here. And we're going to zoom in here and check it out. You can recognize right away these are the Empire Ears. It's a Valkyrie. Let me call up the description. There's a couple of things that I really like about this system. First of all, you'll note down below, that's the Weiss 502. That is a $10,000 DAC. It is a beautiful DAC. I've heard there's a 501, which is a half rack size. It's a little taller than this and half the width. And I listened to it's the same components though, and I listened to that at CanJam a couple of times now, and it's just wonderful. It's a terrific. Oh, that's the Raven, by the way. The Raven is the IEM sitting up there. And he's got one other IEM up there, but I can't. We'll see a close-up coming in a few seconds. But I just want to go down this system. You've got the final 8000 over there. Phenomenal headphone. That's the Pro version, all blacked out. Gorgeous. We come down here. He's got a fan cooling off his Burson. That is a conductor. Is that correct? Let's just see what he's got. Soloist Voyager. The Voyager, which is that new space age design on this thing. Just gorgeous. And I love the two-tone. Something they picked up and started doing in the last year or two. And then over here, you've got another Burson. This is the Fusion Core. And then it's a Dana Frips, it looks like to me. What is that? I got to see if I can read it. He wrote a paragraph, so I'm like, oh, it's not bullet pointed. What is that down there? OH. I can't see what it is. I'm trying to see what this other, there's a power supply on the bottom, that's clear. Let's see if I can zoom in further. All right, let's see if we can get into this thing and figure out what the hell it is. Liaudio. I'm not familiar with them. And then Audio Quest on the bottom. That's going to be the power conditioner, I'm sure. What is the Liaudio? I'm trying to see if it's in his. I don't see it mentioned. Anyway, I'm not sure what this does. This must be some sort of streamer, I'm guessing. Oh, it's an Ethernet switch. Here we go. Ethernet switch. Let's see it and try. He's glad he made it. There you go. So that's the story in this. This is just an Ethernet switch. I was really confused there for a second, but there you go. But look at this burst and look how good this looks. It's just a great product. Solid stuff. Solid stuff. We're gonna go to a new photo in a second. I love the fan. Like, we got to cool that thing down. And there's the Ravens, Empire Ravens. He's got an Astell&Kern that looks like an SP1000 to me. And I'm trying to find this other IEM. The other IEM is there. Chiron Nova cable. Okay. Oh, the stock cable to the Chiron Nova. That's the name of the cable on this IEM. So this is the Chiron Nova cable he's using there. And the Awful Audio Performer is this over here. Okay. Okay, so now we've identified everything. Goodness me. All right, let's take a look at some other pictures because he gave me some other things. So this takes a minute, but trying to figure it out. Here's photo 2. Now we're getting a top view of this stuff. Stainless steel version of the AK. That might be the 3000. So cool. God, look at that stuff. It's just beautiful. Awful audio. Yeah, it's awful audio. But I love the color coordination between the faceplate on the IEM and the cable. That's really a nice touch. It always looks good when they do that. That thing's beautiful. I just love that player. Very slick. I've never had all my players have been copper. I always go for the copper one for some reason. And these are really nice sounding IEMs, the Raven. I want to get, I've been in talks forever with Empire Ears to get me a sample to review on the show, but it's just like never comes together for any reason. For whatever reason, I should say. Very cool though. Ah, it's so nice. All right, let's look at the any other shots here. Oh, here's a front shot. Ooh, dark of night. This is the thing for me. I love this DAC. This DAC is amazing. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous DAC. Great stuff. And there's all kinds of features. The Weiss I looked at really closely back when I was looking at the Lena. That was really probably my second choice. If I didn't go with the Lena, I was going to go with the Weiss because they have all kinds of great. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. Okay, but they have all kinds of great software plugins that work on that DAC, and they do all kinds of like analog emulation, things like that. It's a very nice DAC, and kind of lost in the fray in some ways. Like if it's one of those if you know you know kind of products. Like somebody who really knows this stuff is going to look at that and go, oh yeah, that's a serious DAC. That's a major DAC. D8000, man, beautiful headphone, beautiful headphone. Very expensive ear pad, so it says nothing. Very cool though, man. Viewer Jeffrey, thank you so much for sending that all the way from the Netherlands, guys. From the Netherlands. So cool when we get, you know, it really is a it's a global community that we that we have here. I'm going to show Captain Dave stuff in a few minutes too. Captain Dave is a viewer and also a Patreon subscriber to my. He's over there on Patreon and checks out the Hangout with us. I want Captain Dave to stop in sometime to the live. I want to talk to him when I get to meet him and get to know him a little better. But Captain Dave sent over his stuff, so we're going to check him out, his stuff out. It's another beautiful system, another great system. But what a great system that we got from viewer Jeffrey, man. That is world-class stuff, man. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I love that Burson stuff. I think you can't go wrong with it. I think it's the right price for value. You know what I mean? Like it's in that pocket of great value, great price. It just like checks all the boxes. Fantastic. Chief S says his brother married. Oh wait a minute, where were we? I'm way away. I moved way down the list here. Wait a second. Hipster Cow says, "Howdy, gents. Can't be very active in the chat today, but very excited that his new DAC is en route. What did you decide on?" Somebody asked him. Hopefully he'll chime in. Hipster, what did you decide on? Sajan, what'd you wind up going with? I can't remember. We were throwing around a lot of different ideas, but you were talking about maybe the Mala Mala. Did you go that route? What'd you wind up with? The Rockna? Ooh, yeah. Mr. Dynamite. So we showed off Mr. Dynamite's photos last week. Fantastic. Thanks for putting the system on the air last week. Be well, brother. So glad you send them our way, man. That's just amazing. That's great stuff. I really appreciate it when you guys send. It allows us all to connect and get our ideas like, oh, I haven't thought about the Weiss DACs in a while. And like to see somebody using it in the wild, it's like, oh, yeah, that's the real shit, man. That's an awesome DAC. So good. Cheeky Fest. I'm not an influencer, I'm an outfluencer. Mostly live music and one poet. Okay. She, roughly. Shy? Roughly. Okay. His middle brother married a Chinese woman, hence the very limited Mandarin knowledge. Well, I'm going to have you rush up because I'll have you read all these product cards that come from these companies. Trying to decipher. Yeah, because they don't have the best translators when they do the English translation on the product cards. Amazing. Thanks for the Blues Symphony recommendation, says Timothy Egan. Cheers, Timothy. Welcome to Wednesday. Had to find it with the artist as Detroit Symphony Orchestra rather than Wynton Marsalis. Yeah, because Wynton was just a composer of the piece. But what a phenomenal project that was. It combines jazz and symphony, and it's just beautiful. Yeah, go back and watch last week's show. We'll tell you where to find it, or what the album cover is and stuff. It's in last week's live stream. I did that. I just wanted to call that out because it's not often that you come across something that's really different, in music, and takes you to familiar ground in an unfamiliar way. That's what I really appreciated about it. It was just a different take on early 20th century jazz as done by an orchestra. And Wynton knows all of those early music. He knows the references. The references that are in that piece are very intentional. They're supposed to evoke Joplin and Gershwin and the greats, the Louis Armstrong, all of those phenomenal musicians and composers from the 20th century, early 20th century jazz, the birth of jazz, really fantastic. Blues Symphony by Wynton Marsalis. It's a white cover album with a marquee that says Wynton Marsalis on it, but it's performed by the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Phenomenal piece. Adnan checking in. Bursting in final, nice. Yeah, cheers to Jeffrey, man. It was awesome. Hiya, folks, says Adnan. This week, several elaborate discussions with Trevor from Norn Audio Cable. He watches the show, spoke highly of you, Michael. Very nice gentleman. Yeah, he's the best, man. I'm trying to get. I want Trevor to come. He's a little shy on the I don't know if I want to be on camera kind of thing, or But I'm I just want him to join the Hangover Hangout because I want to pick his brain and understand more about audio cables and audio cable construction. And he's so smart, and he's such a bright gentleman. I want to get him on the show to talk about this stuff. It's really important to me, but he's just I don't know. I don't like being the focus of attention. I'm it's a group of guys that are all into the stuff you're doing. So it's a fan club, man. Just show up and I'll ask you some questions and see where it goes. You only have to stay for an hour or something. I really want to get him on. I think it'd be good for him to do it, and good for his business, although his business has tremendous word of mouth. He probably isn't looking for more customers per se, but just be good for him. I think it'd be good to get him comfortable and do an on-camera thing with us. I think it'd be fun. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping that Trevor can do the Hangover Hangout in the coming months. I want to find some time and just drop in for an hour and spend some time with us. That room's stand for Final D8000 is stunning. Yeah, it's one. I love all those stands, man. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Beautiful system. And he may say he's a final guy. I know. Really good stuff. Pretty cool to use the DAPs as transport into the Y stack. Yeah. Opinions on the final D8000 Pro. I'll leave that up to the chat to put in your for Neil. Give him thoughts. Is that a Norn cable on the headphone? No, that cable came from. Oh, you mean on the headphone on the D8000. Detailed reviewed. I don't know what the cable was on the D8000. It doesn't look like it. At least it's not jumping out at me here, so I'm just briefing through this. I don't like to bore you guys with me reading a bunch of stuff any more than I wanted to bore you with me sitting there listening to IEMs for a bit. But at least I describe what I'm hearing. I'm used to doing that. I've done that for 5 years now on the show. I like doing that. Reviewers love the FiO K17. That OK series, I haven't taken a dive into the FiO stuff, and I'd love to get a relationship with them someday to be able to check out their gear. But those boxes are really impressive. I think the K17 is more of a traditional form factor, but I'm like I think it's is it the K9? The one that it's a desktop box. It looks like almost like a little toaster oven kind of thing with a video screen on the front. Screen on the front. Those things intrigue me. I would love to get one of those into review and check it out, because it would be fun. Because that would be kind of the yin to the yang of the Eversolo A8 that I had here. Get that graphical thing going and see what it looks like. That could be a lot of fun. That could be a fun box too. I don't know if it has all the features and the ability to send out the digital signal, because that was really the selling point to me of the A6, is that ability to push out a digital signal to my DAC and let my good DAC do the talking, and just let this thing be a streamer box and control center for the streaming. That and a Rune front end, fantastic. That's what I want it to do. Nephilim Neil, I feels the original is more of a preferable tuning over the Pro. The D8000 has more height and bass, while the Pro is wider sounding and a more energetic treble. Oh, energetic treble, I'm out. It's going to annoy my tinnitus. It's going to be bad. But not the real shit. Just the composer. Hipster says it'll be a surprise for the next Hangover Hangout. Oh, awesome. We're going to get to see it on camera. If that doesn't get you to drop $3 for a subscription to the next Hangover Hangout, you get to find out what Sajan's been bought. We're going to reveal it on the next Hangover Hangout. I love it. That's fantastic, man. Okay. Wynton Marcel is just the composer. Yeah, exactly. He's only the composer. Yeah. We're talking about that. What was the piece we were talking about? The Detroit Symphony Orchestra thing. Anyway, I want to get to this next viewer system, and then we'll send you on your way for the rest of Wednesday. Sorry, I want to do a little earlier today because Director needs to get some exercise in. So I'm going to go do some laps around the neighborhood. Had some real promising stuff happen on the work front today, but nothing I can talk about yet. It's going to be one of those things it's got to happen first. So this one comes from Captain Dave. He's a Patreon subscriber, and he sent out a system, and that's a stack, boys. That's a stack of good stuff. It's a lot of ZMF influence there, and some Ferrum, and we're gonna delve into this. I gotta get the notes up from Captain Dave. Okay, so the Absent Sound Kenzie integrated tube amp is up top here. This is from Absent Sound. We'll have close-ups of this coming in the next couple of photos, but let's just zoom in here and take a look at it. This is the Absent Sound Kenzie. And too close, not that close. It's like we're watching Tootsie. And a little precursor. He's got some tasty ZMFs over there. He's got an Atrium and a Caldera closed, looks to me, and fantastic stuff here. This is beautiful. And then he's got the Bokeh, which is not the Bokeh, the Homage amp. Let's go back to that. I teased something. All right, so let's see. He's got the Homage amp, which I just love, and that's my favorite iteration of it. That old beat-up radio kind of look. Fantastic. Moving down a level, we've got the Ferrum. This looks to be the Wandla to me. Given the remote and everything that's there, I think this is the Wandla. And then a Dana Frips. Let's take a look. What does he say? Because he tells me this stuff. I should just be reading this off of it's the Wandla DAC, which is excellent. Down below, that's a Rune Nucleus. That's about a $1,500 Nucleus. Fantastic. And the headphone stand up top is a ZMF, but we'll see that in another photo. Atrium, oh, Bokeh closed. That's the other headphone there. It's the Bokeh closed, not the Caldera closed. The Homage amp for his solid state. All of this has brought a lot of enjoyment. I love that. I love that. Down there, it's got a little iPad action and then something on the bottom line there. I'm not sure what that is, if that's cases. What's the Dana-Frips, though? What is he using the Dana-Frips for? Doesn't say. That's true. Looks like a switcher, maybe. Dana-Frips Eras. That might be a switcher between the different sources. Could be. Very cool, though. And I'm sucker for these tubes. These tubes are 1626 new old stock and 12AX, a Millard 12AX7 rectifier. That little guy down there, that's a Millard. All right, let's get to the other photo. Let's check out the other photos. Let's get to it. Why not? Okay, so here's a close-up of the amps and sound with its Millard. Fantastic. You can see the ZMF headphone stand in the background, but these things are beautiful. I just love these new old stock tubes because they just are throwbacks. Fantastic stuff. Gorgeous. Oh, God, I love tubes. Just fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go to the next one. Here's the Homage, close-up of the Homage. And Zach told me he was going for that radio, that vintage radio look when he came up with the design for this. This is all very intentional on his part. The nice thing is that you can really control impedance and stuff on these things by manipulating those switches over there to whatever to match your headphone, which is really cool. Here's kind of like a whoa, we're falling over. Snap a picture. But you get a look at the headphone stand with the two headphones on it. Here's a Wamba. I've not had this in house yet. I've not heard this. I've obviously had the Ferrum Ore and the Ferrum Hypsos, which is the power supply for the Ore. And I've seen it where people put the Hypsos on both the DAC and the amp, and I'm wondering how much that difference that makes with the amp. Here's that Dana-Frips. Let's get a zoom in on this and see what the hell it's doing. I'm guessing it's a switcher of sort. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. You can route your different. Could be a DAC, I guess. Yeah, probably a DAC because it's got all these different 2K, 4X, 8X, DSD. And then you can select your input for the DAC. So this is a different type of DAC. It's a Dana-Frips DAC. So cool, man. So cool. There's the Rune Nucleus, man. This thing. It's got a drive hanging off of it. I want one of these badly. This would really complete my system in a fundamental way. To have that external streamer just sitting there. Gorgeous stuff too. And they make this in all kinds of materials. You can get this in stone, you can get it in wood. They do a lot of different custom covers for this thing. Fantastic. And he's hanging off his he's got a My Music on his label on his drive next to an iPad that'll control the system. So good. What else we got? Anything else? Hey, listen to me. Oh, buried the lead. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Holy cow. It's the Bokeh closed and the Atrium open back. Beautiful. And I love the headphone. Star Trek fan, clearly. Amazing stuff. Oh, it's just beautiful. Is that the end? That's the end, guys. That's the end. That's the last photo. Ah. And when he did the red, when Zach did the red, I love that the accent here is he put the red fabric behind the grill. This is just a nice touch. It really lit up this design even more. I mean, I'm still a fan of the old. I'm not gonna, you know, like you're gonna pry that vintage old weathered look out of my hands when I'm dead. It's my favorite thing. But that's a nice alternative take on the ZMF Atrium. It's so good. God, so good stuff. Great stuff, guys. Oh, I love it when you guys send in those photos. And if you want to send your photos in and get on the air and we'll talk about your rig, it can be, you know, it can be these, you know, if you're rocking the Saga, the KC Saga, feel free, send them in. I'd love to see it. There's no judgment here. But send in your stuff to directorsgarage@gmail.com, directorsgarage@gmail.com, and we can and we'll show off your system on the air. Every time we see a new thing, it's just like so awesome, so awesome. You guys are having some great listening time out there, and that's what it's about in the end. So good. 8 minutes left in Wednesday here. Yeah, I know, we're in the ear lane. It's over now. It's over. Wednesday's gone. Tuesday's gone to the wind, wrote Leonard Skinner. Timothy Egan, Pentatone, and Cobuzz have a good little write-up story of the recording performed by the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, composed by Wynton Marsalis. Oh, I'll check that out. Very cool. I just think it's fantastic. I know Wynton wrote that in 2008. It didn't get terribly good reception, but that performance, fellas, that's worth listening to. Just go listen to it. Fantastic stuff. Sorry, I'm struggling with my... Get out of here. There we go. My little mouse cursor was jumping around on me for some reason. Dana Fripp's Eris is an R2R DAC. Apparently it has great value for under $1,000. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Nephilim, for bailing me out there. I was struggling to figure out what the hell it was. Another great system. The rack is great and practical. Love it. Needs a bit of a clean. So, guys are mean. Howdy. Ooh, nice. Red Heart. Wowza. Yeah, the Red Heart. That's the Atrium there. So good. Looking at Caldera for one of those. Fantastic stuff. Night, folks. Yeah, we're about off the air too, but I mean, come on. And it's just like a magazine photo. It's so nice. Jeez. Fantastic stuff. Just love this stuff. So good. So good. God. Thank you, Captain Dave, for sending in your rig, man. Awesome stuff, man. Great. So what did we do today? We accomplished a lot. We talked about a little bit about the A6 review, and I talked a little more about, you know, how much I'm missing that unit right now. And we unboxed the KZ Saga, a wonderful $25 IEM. Always like hearing that stuff from KZ Audio. Thank you to them for sending that our way. 2 outstanding viewer systems today. From viewer Jeffrey and Captain Dave from the Patreon. And I mean, just a good time. I love it when you guys send in that stuff. So please continue doing that. And my plans for the upcoming week, I'm going to be heading out of town here. And we'll be back. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the next live stream. Maybe if we do live stream, it's probably more likely it would happen on Friday next week. I won't have the next episode cut because I'm not going to be cutting on the road. I'm going to be looking for a job. Director needs a job to afford more stuff. I can pay off the rest of this Ray Samuels gorgeous amp and the B21 Raider back there, and then save some money. I want to get one of those A6s so bad. I get the new generation, see what the new screen is like, if it's a new screen, whatever it is, and excited to do that. So yeah, I'll be heading on the road. I'm not sure what I'm going to bring with me. I'll have to figure that out. I am going to hit the road tonight, and I'm going to do some laps with my Noble Mystique IEMs. I bought these so long ago, and they just keep kicking. Anxious to hear the Rex 5. That's the next one that I really want from Noble to get in here, so I can check that out. But I'm going to be doing that. Stack that with the iPhone. Take that on a trip around the block about 3-4 times. Do about get about 3 or 4 miles in today. I got to do that, and just haven't been moving enough, guys. Haven't been moving enough. All right. And the plan still currently looks like Tennessee. I don't know if we're going to be staying in LA too much longer. So that's unfortunate. I love this house, but fellas, the cost of living here is just so bad. And without solid, steady work, it's just not looking too promising. So thank you guys for stopping by the Director's Garage. Humpday happy hour hangover. So glad when we get to do it on a Wednesday. It always is so much better. And enjoy the rest of your week. Get out there, do some listening. Check out the albums we talked about today. Go listen to American Idiot again, man. Revisiting that album, it's so core to the 90s experience. I'm going to talk about, in an upcoming episode, I'm going to talk about another album from the 90s that I think is one of the most overlooked and underappreciated albums from the 90s. Started thinking about that. It's going to be in an upcoming episode. So we'll do all those things. Thank you for stopping by the Director's Garage today. Tip your waiters and waitresses on the way out. That means hit the thumbs up buttons, get some likes on the stream for a change. And yeah, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys before you know it. Got to get the goodbye music up. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much for all the support and everything. I appreciate all you guys. I'm as big a fan of you guys and what you guys are doing and the gear you guys show off on this show. This is your show more than it is my show. I'm just happy to host it and have you guys stop by. So good. All right. Take care. See you guys later. Cheers. See you before you know it. Out of here.
Here we go.